Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Yorion Baumeister.
And we've got Rob in the booth. Say Corey Smells, Rob.
Corey Smells, Rob.
Nice.
I was expecting a 5 Forest joke there, to be honest.
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and Forest in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us.
Yeah, send him some Forest, because clearly we don't have enough in this place.
We are running low.
That's the one thing. We got an unbelievable stock of Magic cards here at Star City Games that you could even buy right now, but you know what, Forest, we're on a low of that. Yeah, big shortage. Yeah.
I don't know where they went.
Yeah,
I almost gave Ross actual story. I almost gave Ross snow-covered planes for this video because the Commander guys used a lot of our planes.
Ooh, nice.
They're playing some mono white decks this week on Commander.
But I snuck them the snow-covered planes instead. So
nice.
Okay. It's a much higher value to tilt off Ross before a match, though.
That is true, and it's very easy to do.
It really is. So what are we up against now, Ross? The finale, the boss.
The finale of our test of Jeskai, Lukka, Yorion fire nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, going up against the best decks of the last decade, and the pinnacle of that is Caw-Blade.
Yeah.
This deck is actually almost more than a decade old. It premiered in early February of 2011.
Okay.
Was Pro Tour Paris.
Pro Tour Paris, yeah.
Second week of February. So I remember that Monday after that Pro Tour when I flew back home was Valentine's Day. Was
okay.
14th.
Yep.
So the Pro Tour which started on Thursday, would have been the 10th to the 13th.
Oh, yeah, you got me flowers that time. That's right, yeah.
That was very nice of you.
Yeah, thank you.
I actually gave you a token when you were playing a feature match in the Grand Prix that week.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That was so long ago, and it was one of the most fun tournaments I have ever played in my life. Also, I got to watch my brother win Player of the Year, so it was a memorable time.
I did not have a beard, so completely different, but I was, you were in the feature match area. I was walking over between rounds and whatever I was doing.
I was probably like, thanks, kid.
Yep,
without a beard.
That's basically how it happened. Not to deviate too far, let's get back on track, but this deck really was the most dominant deck in Standards history, led to the ban of Stoneforge Mystic and Jace. Mm-hmm. It was around for about 4 months after that tournament, until June when it finally got the axe. Existed for most of its time without Batterskull, and then Batterskull got printed in New Phyrexia, and everyone, I remember, because New Phyrexia got leaked early, there was that whole scandal, so we had like a month and a half before the set came out where everyone's just like, really?
Yeah.
This is the card that's coming? And on top of that, Dismember was printed, and one of the few decks that competed well against Caw-Blade was the Lotus Cobra Teamer kind of ramp deck.
Oh, yeah, now you have a 1-mana spell to kill their Cobra.
They were like weak to turn 2 Lotus Cobra. They were playing Oust. And you see this deck has 4 Oust in its sideboard. They started main decking them because the Teamer deck got really popular.
Yeah, I played that Teamer deck, and I won a state title with it. It was so good.
One of the most fun decks you'll ever play.
I mean, sorry to deviate again, but turn 2 Cobra on the play, and then turn 3 Fetchland Jace with the spell backup. You just, drop the mic, you walk out of the studio,
we can do better, Corey.
Yeah.
It was fetch land, Oracle, see fetch land on top, play it, have 4 more mana, play Jace.
Okay.
Turn 3, you had Oracle, Jace, Cobra in play. It was fine.
I was just trying to protect my Jace to guarantee it came into play. You're a little bit more greedy. I see that.
Yes, that's now you see the 2 ways that we play mana.
Okay.
But this deck really is incredibly dominant. Was won almost every single tournament, multiple in the top 8. I remember that Grand Prix in Dallas that Dave Shields won. I think he won 7 Caw-Blade mirrors in a row. Really incredible. And finally, was mercifully banned 4 months later, but has sort of become the pinnacle or the canonical example of a broken deck where it was broken at the Pro Tour. That, Team Channel Fireball coming up with Caw-Blade kind of ushered in the era of Team Magic where everybody was like, we want to do that.
Yep.
That's what they're doing. If we look, getting together and testing for 2 or 3 weeks beforehand leads to something like that. We want to be the next team to do that. I think they put 2 in this top 8.
Yep, they put 2.
Tom Martellin and
I was
Tom
and Ben, and I was on Channel Fireball back in the day then, and me and Brad played it as well. Sadly, my limited record still was the death of me, so I ended up being 4-4 and not making day 2 because I 1-2'd my draft, but it put 2 of us in there, and it was just unreal. The deck was dominant.
Yeah. I think they had 2 or 3 more in the top 16 too. We're very close. I think Luis was in the top 16 with one or two others.
Something like that. So long ago.
It was a real, and it was a fun tournament to watch because in the room there's all this buzz about the deck. Then we had Paul Rietzel running back and forth trying to play the GP and the Pro Tour at the same time.
Yep.
That was and the Player of the Year playoff. So really, really watershed weekend in the history of Magic that ends with this deck. So this is Ben S's winning list for Dave Judgment Main, which ended up sort of falling out of favor because it wasn't very good in the mirror.
Yeah. Shocking, because honestly, last night, it's just, everything's bringing me back to like Lukka mirrors right now. Because like even for the E-League last night, I cut all my shatters, Javier cut all his shatters, and we were just jamming, like a couple main Dovin vetoes and stuff. But, it's getting to the point where Lukka is something's going to get banned or nerfed or something, and we're getting to the same situation. So it'll be interesting to see the power level of this. But so far, Jeskai Lukka has held up and held its own at least.
Competed in both matchups. It's 1-1. This one though, Spell Pierces, Mana Leaks, other
this is going to be tough.
Early pressure.
Game 1 is once again just going to be a nightmare for me. But if I can resolve it to Fairy, that's a card that you didn't have to really play against, and that's a scary one.
Yeah, Fairy's a tough one. I don't have great pressure against it, and it's also, your disputes are going to be really good.
I just want to see you go Squadron Hawk on turn 2, and I go Teferi on the play, and I'm like, nice deck, bro. So I will be going first, because I purposely chucked the match against my precious cats last round. All right, maybe not really. Well, this hand is awkward, to say the least. But, I mean, there is somewhat good things about it. I'm going to keep. It's a little weak, but...
My hand has some early disruption, but doesn't have a 2-drop creature, doesn't have a Jace, doesn't have a Preordain to find any of those. So I think I'm just going to... If I keep this hand, I think I'm just going to end up spell piercing a couple things, tapping out for a Gideon, and getting it stolen with Agent of Treachery and dying.
Okay, yeah. Come on, keep that. I like that sequence of events.
Much like with 4-color Copycat, I think my matchup is good enough that I can mulligan pretty aggressively.
And if I was on the draw, I would mulligan this too, just because I think we could do better with an extra card. But on the play, I think this is reasonable. We have one card that's pretty bad, but the other ones are good. It's just a little bit of a awkward curve, but I think we'll be fine.
You think you'll be fine?
We'll see. I think it maximizes my chances of winning game 1. I hope for that, but...
Okay. All right. Second hand.
Narset's also pretty good against Jace's brainstorm ability. I'll just put 2 cards back.
Well, an awkward hand to say the least, but definitely a keep. Okay. So I think we'll have to put that one on the bottom.
And your go.
Glacial Fortress, pass.
Okay. I will play a island and pass.
Not the best draw there.
All right.
Glacial Fortress, pass.
All right. You got it?
I do.
Dang it. Go. Dang it.
I will cast a Vorberstimen.
Okay, of course.
Vorherbestimen? Okay.
The very powerful.
Yeah. I will Hellshift 2.
Okay.
I like both of those.
I like just jamming Teferi there because if Ross had an awkward hand where he had double Glacial Fortress and Mana Leak, I think this is the best chance. Force him to have one of the 4 spell pierces. Obviously it sucks, but...
Yeah. Play another fortress and pass the turn.
Okay. All right, that was a pretty decent draw. I'm going to play a passage and pass to you.
I will play a Stoneforge Mystic.
Okay. That results.
We'll find a Sword of Feast and Famine.
Okay. Makes sense.
And I'm expecting a Shark Typhoon here on end step, but I guess it could also be some number of omens, various kinds.
Yeah, I got all the flavors.
But I will also cast a Preordain.
Okay.
And I like both of those. So we'll draw this one, leave that one on top,
Okay.
and pass a turn.
All right, I do have the shark. I'm going to make it 2/2.
Shark.
Shark. Draw shark. Untap. Draw. Ooh.
18.
I'll put you to 18. I will play a land and play a Teferi Time Raveler with 2 mana available. Your spell pierces aren't disputes, good sir. Get in this decade, bro. Assuming Ross is thinking about spell piercing to prevent me from Birth of Melidus sending an Omen of the Sea, but as far as I remember from this deck, this Teferi is resolving, which is important.
I do think I'm just going to make you tap out.
I will pay. And I will bounce. And your go.
I will Jace bounce the shark.
Okay.
So will protect me from Lukka
That makes sense.
and pass the turn. But
All
the
right.
Teferi is going to be a problem. Corey's going to have 2 turns to do some cool stuff. I guess you can ECD the Jace too.
Yeah, I could. I don't have it. But I want to get something onto the battlefield here. So I think we are just going to Yorion, blink this, comes back with 4 past you. Not the greatest Yorion for sure, but more like a Snorian at this point. But.
Okay. So, do I brainstorm and risk you having the Lukka? Or do I just bounce the Yorion and buy myself
another
more
turn?
time?
Yeah.
If I bounce the Yorion, I would like to brainstorm into Day of Judgment, which I don't have as of yet.
But if you don't hit it, you lose Jace too. That's brutal.
Oh, I can protect the Jace.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think I just want to brainstorm.
Okay.
That's what I expected.
Straight bricks.
Stoneforge Mystic.
Okay. Ah, nice trick there. That was always a sweet little play. Kind of get to reshuffle, just basically draw even more cards.
Yep. Then I will... I don't know why I started shuffling. Because I am playing a Squadron Hawk and then another Squadron Hawk.
Okay.
I'm getting all 3 of them. So I'm going to have 2 Hawks in my hand, 2 in play, and then you're up.
Okay. We're going to untap. Not a bad draw, is a little bit of an insurance policy. I think we want to start with... I want to protect Teferi. I mean, that is kind of step number 1 for me, so I don't want to put it at risk. So with that being the case... I'm going to start with a Omen of the Sea.
Yep.
I want to find a land, and neither of these are lands. So I'm going to bottom both. It's not a land either. Now I could like tick up and just make sure it lives. Or I could tick down on like a Squadron Hawk and then hold back. Then I guess you can attack it with both. All right, well, that's kind of unfortunate.
Got a full grip over there?
I got 6.
6. That's how many I have.
I have 6 magical cards. I think I am going to... So if you can kill you can even bounce it. Sword equip, that's pretty bad. So I'm going to attack Jace. Yep. Tick up and pass to you. Maybe a mistake playing Omen. Made a little bit of a risk trying to hit a land, but can you do?
So, you got plenty of cards in your grip. Can't deal with the fairy. Brainstorm.
Yep. Gotta get this Jace off the battlefield.
Let's definitely put those back.
Okay.
Going to be up to 7 mana this turn. I have to be wary of another shark.
Shark.
That's the thing I'm scared of right now.
Yeah, sharks are sweet. Sharks are indeed sweet, my friend.
Let's play land.
Okay.
Play Gideon Jura.
All right. I got to remember what this does.
Oh, minus on your Yorion.
Yeah, that's pretty dang good. That's pretty dang good, I must say. Yeah. Oh, how do I beat that? All right. In response, I'll shatter. I draw a card.
Yep. And then I will play a hawk, get a hawk.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right. Okay, so we'll get to have a good turn for sure. If I were to control your Gideon, hear me out. I can't attack with it, huh?
Correct.
Okay. So I think I still have to do that because Gideon could just attack Teferi, and that's really all I have to protect. So I'm going to go with fires, land, and agent.
Yep.
I'm going to take Gideon. I'm going to tick up Gideon, force you to attack it, and we'll tick up to Fairy. Then I'll pass to you.
Yeah, maybe I needed to not play Gideon.
I also just should not have omened, so I could have played a 5-drop. I guess, yeah, never mind. Never had a Gideon Jura on my side. This is pretty wild.
I mean, yeah. Don't know how I'm beating this.
If you can't beat this, you wait till next turn.
Let's brainstorm.
Okay. This is just honestly just showing the absurdity of Teferi Time Reveler's power in Magic's history. It's just the static alone right now is shutting off one of the best decks ever, if not the.
Play Colonnade.
Colonnade is scary, yeah.
Play Stoneforge Mystic.
Okay.
Get back the sword.
Okay.
And then sword, equip, attack Gideon.
Okay, it's down to 3.
And pass the turn.
Okay.
Now Corey's just going to take all my stuff.
I am going to do some things this turn, I must say. So...
It really is kind of... I think these games are just going to be Teferi or bust. Because without the Teferi, you just don't resolve any of your spells and the game's over immediately.
Pretty much,
But I just didn't have enough pressure for it. My starting on triple Glacial Fortress on the draw was really the death
It's
knell.
glacially slow, really, yeah. All right, so I'm going to play Lukka. I do not have a
I think there was a turn where I could have played this better to pressure the Teferi.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so I'm going to make 1/1, exile the 1/1.
And I think I should have tech edged at some point to keep you off of 7 mana.
That I think was something I was the most afraid of that you didn't do.
Definitely something that I was thinking of.
I'm going to take Jace.
Yeah, I'm just dead.
Okay.
We don't
I was just going to also ECD. Well, I guess I probably shouldn't have even done that, but all right. Boogeyman of the format. We win the tough game here. That it really is going to come down to Teferi or bust.
Yeah.
But we are going to have some long, drawn-out games here up against the Titans of Standards history. So we are going to go to sideboarding here, where we get ready to see what kind of interesting stuff you have from 9 years ago's Magic versus what I have. Mystical Dispute is going to be popping to mind. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with sideboarding here on Versus Live.
And welcome back to Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between Caw-Blade and Yorion, Jeskai, Lukka, Fires.
Jeskai Lukka. They've shortened it. We've all agreed on Jeskai Lukka now to avoid the names.
On my side, Day of Judgment is a card I definitely want to cut, along with Life Staff. For those who don't remember, they main decked this to be an equipment against aggressive decks because of Vampires was pretty popular at the time. So we got another equipment to bring in and sort of body in mind, which hopefully can just mill all of Corey's Agent of Treachery. So
There you go.
Some counter spells. Flash Freeze is not great because, as expected, Corey is going to board out Fires of Invention in this matchup. Negate is great. I'm actually deciding to bring in a couple Ratchet Bombs just because they allow me to deal with 0/4 walls and Shark tokens, which are great blockers for my sword and good ways for Corey to target with Lukka. So it's nice to just have a Ratchet Bomb sitting there and force Corey to have some actual creature to be able to target with Lukka, which really just means Yorion. Because the only other creatures of the deck are Agent of Treachery.
Yep.
So I actually think Ratchet Bomb is kind of nice there because it gives me that security blanket. I'm trimming 1 Gideon to fit both of them in. It's just a hard card to tap out for. I've got 3 in the main deck. You just don't need that many.
Yep. No, that makes sense. And I struggled a lot with what to bring in because I'm really struggling with Omen of the Forge being a bad card, but I need to beat Stoneforge. I basically can't beat that on the draw. And having some number of Shatters in to kind of deteriorate from the Stoneforge plan as well. This has always been one of the things that makes a good deck a great deck is when you can play a combo roll or a aggro roll or a control roll and then do another roll very well as well. Because then whenever your opponent's sideboarding against you, you're all of a sudden trying to sideboard to beat 2 decks, and now all of a sudden I have Dovin's Veto and Shatter the Sky in my deck, and that just feels weird, and it is weird. But you got to be able to answer the key cards. So we're gonna try that. We're taking out Fires once again, like Cat combo, and honestly, Fires comes out a lot against a lot of decks right now. Anything aggressive, Fires is your best card. But anything with control magic, you want to take those out. Omen of the Sun is just once again too weak in this powerful of a metagame. 1 Agent I like taking out just because if I can take one of your things, I'm probably gonna win realistically. 1 ECD as well because if your planeswalkers are resolving, that's a problem in itself. 5 mana sorcery is kind of rough. And then I'm taking out 1 Shatter, bringing in Mystical Disputes, which are going to be amazing. Dovin's Vetoes to counter any of your planeswalkers without you being able to fight back. Commence the endgame as an uncounterable spell. Fry is just excellent. It kills Jace or Stoneforge. I wish I had more. And then Omen of the Forge, once again, just for Stoneforge. If I was on the play I think I would basically take out all the Omen of the Forges, but this is going to be game 3. This is it. And just be like, okay, if you want to play Stoneforge on 2 and I go Teferi, you lose the game. And you'd have to be respecting that a large amount, or, you could just lose on the spot. But on the draw, you're going to jam every time. And you should, but I got to be able to disrupt it. So let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, this is only game 2. This could be a game 3. Yeah, all right, if there's a game 3. Yeah, I have no idea. Thanks for not correcting me there when I say stupid things. That's a co-host job.
The key here is that you're making your deck much leaner. That's very important against counterspells. We saw a similar plan against the combo in match 2 against Copycat, where you knew that you couldn't just execute your game plan and expect it to work.
You got to switch it up. But Lukka is one of these kind of same decks like you're playing, where you get to play 2 roles. I'm a very much combo deck game 1, but I can turn into a combo control deck post board, and that's being able to have that as a combo deck that can be good against creatures, or a combo control deck that can fight against control, is what makes this deck dominant, and what makes this deck in the conversation of one of the greats of Standard.
Question from Histeus, kind of along the lines you guys are talking about here. Are there any interesting patterns you've noticed in these historical matchups? It seems like there's been a fair number of sideboard cards to bring in and out, which probably says something on the consistent archetypes of Standard.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Magic over the course of time has been like a control deck, a combo control deck, aggro decks. The sideboard cards fit into the mold of generic decks. But, we noticed in like the Cat combo deck, you didn't have much to bring in because of that was all because of metagame. Yeah. The metagame that deck was prepared for was very, very small metagame here.
The sideboarding you're seeing Corey doing, because he's been doing a lot every game, is more a function of the fact that every deck we're playing against has a significant number of counterspells.
Even in Standard, it's the same way,
So you just have to, respect that. So it's really the fact that the way to fight Fires is pretty straightforward, and Fires itself is can't maneuver what it's doing, so you just have to get away from the card Fires when your opponent is attacking you on that angle. And all of these decks can attack the deck on that angle, so they've had to adjust.
Exactly. And I mean, when this deck was insane, like I keep bringing it back to E-League because this is the most Standard that I played. When I first went on E-League, I was playing, a Yorion Fires deck before it was Jeskai Lukka. It was just a Fires shenanigans pile of cards. And I almost never sided out Fires because people were not focused to beat it. But now in Standard, you take it out almost every match because decks are prepared. You have to be prepared for it. So. Okay. Alrighty, you're up.
I will preordain.
Okay. God, I wish I had that card in this deck. Oh my.
I'm going to bottom both.
Okay. Here go.
Seacrum Coast, pass the turn.
All right. I'm going to take 2 here and pass to you.
So you're at 18.
Yep.
Hey, Plains, pass the turn.
I will play Omen of the Sea.
Yep.
Scry 2. These are interesting Magic cards. I actually think I want both of them. All right, we're going to draw 1 for the turn, 1 for Omen, play a land, pass to you.
Pass the turn.
Omen of the Sea.
Yep.
Scry. I for sure want the top one. Do I want the other one? It's a toughie. Yeah, I think so. We're going to keep both of these as well. And we'll play a land for my turn and pass to you.
Stoneforge Mystic.
Stoneforge Mystic. Yep, that resolves.
I will search for Sword of Body and Mind.
Body and Mind. Is that the green blue one?
Yep.
Okay.
Gotta get through this Yorion.
Yep. I'm gonna give that a read. I'll read it for everyone at home. Equipped creatures +2/+2 protection from green and blue. Whenever equipped creature deals damage to a player, put a 2/2 wolf into play, and that player puts the top 10 cards of his or her library into the graveyard. Okay. Mostly for the protection there, but yeah, of course, getting the protection.
Pass the turn.
Okay, so I want to get for sure 1 island. And if we want to basically be able to cast everything, we probably got to get a planes. I think I want this, but let me double check. I think I'm just gonna go with. Nah, that's fine. End step. Omen. We'll deal 2 to you. No, I'm just kidding. Draw. No land, unfortunately, so I'll just pass to you.
Stoneforge Mystic.
Stoneforge Mystic. Yep, that resolves.
Pass the turn.
No surge? Oh, that's an unfortunate sign of what Ross has drawn. I'm going to cycle 2/2 Shark. Draw. Untap. Okay. I'll attack with a baby shark.
I'm at 18.
Okay. Now, what do I want to do? I think I want to start with Fry. Would you like to counter that? Here you go. Oh no.
I preordained 2 lands at the bottom when I had 2 more in my hand and I really wanted a 2-drop, and now I drew the Seacrum Coast. Like, okay, at least I don't get punished there.
Yeah.
But I just haven't drawn another land since
Getting a little
then.
punished for the lands.
I will go to discard.
All right. Untap. I'm going to attack.
16.
Now I think might be the turn to start deploying, or at least trying. I'm going to take 2.
16 all.
And I'm going to cast a Narset.
Mana Leak.
Mana Leak. This is brutal because this could allow you to resolve a Jace, but I guess Jace doesn't matter if I do have Narset on the battlefield. I'll pay.
Mana Leak.
Okay. Well, shields are down now, though. Pass to you.
You have 3 in hand?
5.
5 in hand. Hey, Jace, bounce the shark.
Okay.
Hope I don't get destroyed too badly.
All right.
Can't Lukka me. Land Agent would basically end the game. ECD would be really good.
You got Jace dealt with on board, baby. I'm going to take 2.
Oh, yeah, use Blink the Omen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to go with
I
Snorian.
don't know why I thought that was creature in my head.
I'm going to go with Snorian. Blink.
That one's any target. It's the other one that's creature that
Yeah.
they play.
Do you want to
Feels
take
free.
it? Do you want to take it back if you want? You can, but
I mean, I should probably just brainstorm then.
and then I can just attack with Shark and then do the same.
Yeah. It's gonna die regardless,
gonna
but
die
I've got to,
regardless.
I've got to start doing
Yeah,
stuff.
you feel free to take it back. I haven't
Yeah,
gained any other knowledge.
let's brainstorm then.
I already drew, so I won't. I already drew and played a land.
And play a colonnade.
Okay.
You can go.
So I already drew, played a land. I'm going to attack Shark to that. Yeah, I still want to make the same play, I believe. Yorion, blink out everything. 2 to this. I'm going to resolve 2 of these.
Yep.
I'll top, keep, scry, top, keep. Here you go. That's got to be discouraging. My hand is good. My hand is borderline busted. I mean, honestly, one thing that we're seeing as far as just holes that deck has is some of the counter spells are absurd. And then Teferi, when I just have 6 mana, is a big problem for you, you know?
Yeah, I have 3 hard counters for it in the deck.
3, yeah.
Let's play Squadron Hawk.
That resolves.
I have 4 cards in hand, so I'll get 3 more Hawks.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, I keep thinking back, you know, like, I know I was involved in making this deck, but it was definitely, like, not a heavy hand in my part. I was a 19-year-old kid, and it was, like, the first big testing team I'd ever been on, and, you know, I was, like, fanboying Luis Scott Vargas and other pros on that team at the time. But I do not even remember, like, how we got to stuff like this. I remember showing up to Paris kind of late because I just had school.
I believe it was Raptor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it definitely was Raptor. Yeah.
I remember the story correctly.
Oh, he's good.
But, I'll just pass the turn.
Forgot about my boy Raptor. I missed that guy.
Josh Utter-Layton, excellent Magic player.
Oh, yeah. All
We
right.
have the same alma mater. We both went to Harvey Mudd College.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
We were there at the same time.
Interesting. I'm going to go with Teferi. Time
I
Raveler.
will deprive.
Deprive. Okay. I'm going to dispute it.
Yep.
Deprive's an island, isn't it?
I thought it was just land.
It's a land.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was
Pretty sure
island.
it's just land.
I think it's a land. I don't know. I've always only been bringing back Mystical Sanctuary, so I'm not 100% sure. But all right. So 4. Let's probably want to play a land. Scry. Put a land to the bottom. I'll attack for 4.
I'm at 12.
Okay. I'm going to leave the shark back, but I will bounce. I'm just going to take up and pass to you. Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Just gotta go for something here. Yeah,
I will
it's gonna
dispute
get
it.
disputed. Not at all surprised.
Yep.
Play another Hawk and pass the turn.
Got all your hawks already, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to attack for 7 or for 6.
I'll go to 6.
Okay, and then I'm going to blink Yorion. Draw. Going to 3, 4, 5. Go like this instead. Replay Yorion. Blink out these 4 things. And scooping them up. All right. Lukka is officially the deck.
I feel like my draws have not been good, but like just Mystical Dispute and Teferi are so powerful.
Yeah.
And I just don't have a lot of pressure in the deck, right? And once I don't have pressure, my counter spells get so much worse.
Yeah.
Because you have so many lands, like you can sit there and make 6 land drops easily. And
I'm happy playing Draw Go against you. I actually get to be the better control deck, in my opinion. You know, you're more of the deck that I have to defend against, so I have to leave in like Omen the Forge, you know, which is normally a horrible card in the control decks, but yeah, it was
see if I
impressive.
can get one of them.
Yeah, see if you can get one. I want a 3-0 Caw-Blade here. That would be nice. That would be nice. Game 1, I did not expect to win. I knew it was going to hinge on Teferi. It was like, and realistically, me jamming on turn 3, obviously in hindsight it was wrong, but I think just actually wrong because the more I think about it, game 1, I just wait until I have 3 mana open and then play Teferi on turn 6. You know, and it's like then you have to waste 2 counter spells if you got it.
Yeah.
Which you can usually have by turn 6, but
If you give me that much time, I can like establish.
I got to be doing something else. I got to be doing something else. But there I didn't have much else. I kept an opener of Teferi, Shatter, Agent, 4 lands that first game, just hoping that, you know, Teferi was going to hit and then I just win the game. Honestly, I thought it was such a bad matchup that I just wanted to guarantee have a Teferi. But
Guess it worked out.
All right.
I've got a really solid hand here.
Before we start the game, so I believe there's some hardware that I need to get. This one felt good. I wanted to take down, and honestly, this was the best situation that could have possibly happened for me. Not only did my precious cats get to win, but I also got to win. This was the Stone Cold Blade. Oh, God. Happy days. Happy days.
Yours good?
Not really. Are you good?
Oh, my hand's quite good.
Well, that's got to mean you have a Stoneforge Mystic, and I can't beat that. So, yeah, I'm going to mulligan this on the draw. I think it's totally reasonable if Stoneforge wasn't a card, but I'm dead to that card, you know? Oh, no! No, I'll keep.
You got a question, Rob, while Corey's shuffling?
Yeah, why didn't you Fate Seal with the Jace to try to keep it around in front of the turn? Is that just not getting you anywhere?
Yeah, I just don't think it's... And
it does protect it, and I was thinking that was cool, but then I had ECD.
yeah,
So
there's too much going on.
I had that card covered on all angles. Otherwise, I wouldn't have tapped out. I wouldn't have paid the 3. If I couldn't have dealt with a Jace or a Gideon, there's no way I would have let that first mana leak kill, because I had a Dovin's Veto, but the fact that I let it go had to signal to you that I had a way to deal with it regardless. Well, this hand is significantly worse. I'm going to mulligan.
Well, I think I'm going to win this game.
Yay.
I'm kind of disappointed because I think this hand would be favored against a good hand from you.
All right, should I draw 7 then?
Huh?
How about I'll draw 7?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, it's
You've
the
already
pity
won the
game.
match.
It's
Yeah.
the pity game. All right.
I'd like to win an actual game instead of you
Okay.
just dirtling around doing
Kicking
nothing.
me while I'm down? Yeah, okay. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
It's more like kicking you while I'm down.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll just snap keep this 7 just because I got some free mulligans, but
Colonnade.
it's not that good either, but Fountain go.
Well, the good news for you is that I don't actually have Stoneforge, but I
okay.
have Hawk. So I have 5 cards in hand. I'm just going to find 2 of them.
Okay.
Hopefully don't draw the last one.
Sure. All right. Let's just go with a hollowed fountain tap, and I'll pass to you.
Okay. Smash you for 1.
Boom. 19.
So, how do I want to play this? I think I want to preordain.
Okay.
Let's bottom that. Draw this.
Okay. God, preordain's good.
And preordain.
Okay.
I want both of those.
All right.
Play an island and pass the turn.
All right. So that's the Teferi proof right there. Now I'm going to play a land and pass to you.
Okay, attack for 1.
18.
Just pecking away, doing my thing. Hawk.
That resolves.
Find the last hawk
Okay.
and pass the turn.
Baby shark doo 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 doo. Baby shark doo doo. I will play a Squadron Hawk at end step as well. Untap.
Yep.
Okay. Now we're gonna play a temple. This one's close, but I think I can do. All right, we'll keep it. Nah. Yeah, we'll bottom it. Nah. Yeah, we'll bottom. Okay, your go.
Attack for 2.
I will block.
You take 1, you go to 17.
Yep.
I will play a Stoneforge Mystic that will resolve through a mystical dispute.
That I will. That resolves.
Okay, let's get Sword of Feast and Famine
Okay.
and pass the turn.
End step omen.
Cards in hand.
6.
6 cards in hand. That's a lot.
6 magical cards.
I'm going to Spell Pierce that. I think my Spell Pierces become dead eventually.
Yeah. I'm gonna dispute your spell pierce.
Okay, you have the dispute.
Same with my disputes. They get worse over time. They have a little bit longer shelf life, but not by a ton.
That's all fine.
Okay. Scry. Don't want... I don't think I want any of those. Yeah, I'm going to put both of those at the bottom. Draw. Untap.
Yep.
Draw. I'm going to sack this. This. Don't really have much I can do. So I think I have to start jamming spells. Maybe not. Yeah, I think I'll just start jamming. I'm going to play a Narset. Try to play around Spell Pierce.
Narset resolves.
Okay. Yeah, we'll activate. Those are magical cards. Then I'm going to get a veto and pass to you.
Activate Stoneforge.
Yep.
Put in sword.
Mm-hmm.
Equip Hawk.
In response, omen it.
Spell piercing.
No! No!
I think I still just want to attack Corey.
Yeah.
It's his worst card versus an impulse, which is an upgrade, but I get 5 mana out of the trade, which I think makes it worth it.
And I have to discard.
Attack you. You go to 14.
Yeah. All right, discard.
Discard a Foundry.
Yep.
Okay.
Dang it, I was hoping that was going to work. I could have just not played Narset to guarantee that play couldn't happen, and maybe I should have done so.
I'm going to Jace and Brainstorm.
Okay, put 2 cards back on top of your library. Put 2 cards back on top of your library.
That's why I want to do that.
Narset would shake. Judge, are we enforcing?
I guess I just have to Fate Seal.
Yeah, okay.
This is not great.
That was funny. Done.
I definitely still want to get the Jace down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure.
But yeah, let's Fate Seal myself. And I think I want that.
Okay.
Yeah, and pass the turn.
All right. Draw Narset.
Yep.
Pick to Fairy. I'm going to contemplate. All right. I'm going to play a Teferi.
Yep.
I'm going to bounce Squadron Hawk. And play a land and pass to you. Putting you into tough choices where you can either attack me, get your sweet trigger, if that happens, or kill only one of the Planeswalkers. They're both doing good things right now. Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely tough.
We got a game.
Maybe I was just supposed to Hawk instead of just getting the Jace down. Thinking I'd be able to deal with the Narset later. Oh, man.
And I could have bounced Sword of Feast and Famine and tried to Dovin's veto it, the veto that Ross knows about, but he can just Stoneforge it back, so that is not a good play.
Yeah. So do I want to brainstorm, or do I want to answer your Teferi?
We're near the end of the show, so we got to do fast and loose. I have 5 cards.
5 in hand, one's veto. Is one of them Fry or Omen? You're at 6 cards, so you can agent next turn.
Or 6 lands, yep.
Yeah, so 6 lands. God, it's all so hard to beat. It's all so hard to beat. My cards are just not good.
You take that back about Caw-Blade.
Teferi and Narset are unbelievable.
Yeah. All right, what you think?
Attack Teferi.
All right.
Play a Squadron Hawk.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's hold off on that. No, you can't dispute anything. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to bounce my own Stoneforge Mystic.
Okay.
I'm going to replay it.
Okay.
I'm going to get the Sword of Body and Mind.
Okay.
And then I'm going to play a Ratchet Bomb.
Okay. I'll veto that.
That one gets vetoed. That's fine.
Okay.
You can go. Sword of Body and Mind will let me attack through the Yorion.
Yep.
And I have enough mana to activate Stoneforge, equip both swords to the Hawk. So if you end up this turn by blinking the Narset, then I'm fine. I still have multiple bodies in hand. If you Wrath...
I'm going to Birth. And then ECD your Jace. I think that's my best play here. Or Birth... It could be Birth Yorion. Actually... Yeah, Birth Yorion seems better. So I'll reset this. I'll get another Plains. I don't have ECD. All right.
Okay, so this is on 4.
Yep, I'm going to get another Plains, and then I'm going to scry and draw, and you can go ahead and take your turn.
Okay.
I don't want either of those lands.
This is on 1.
Yep.
We're 1 mana short of where we wanted to be.
Excellent, excellent.
I was able to activate Colonnade, equip sword to one of these, like bounce your Yorion, 5 here, untap.
Yep.
That would have been ideal. But 1 mana short of that, which means if I kill the Narset, then I have to... if I kill the Narset, it means I am tapped out. Whatever I do, I'm tapping out this turn.
Mm-hmm. It's a good game.
It's
a great game.
A good game. Yeah, I think we're going to end up 1 mana short because you probably have Lukka set up next turn to go with the Birth. And then you can just start taking my stuff.
I do like taking your stuff.
So maybe I just have to try to aggro you. Because if that's your play next turn, is to just take one thing. Yeah, I'm going to bounce the Yorion.
Snorion's back.
I am going to, I guess, cast the sword.
Okay.
Equip both swords to the Stoneforge Mystic.
Okay.
And attack you for 6.
Okay. I'm down to 8.
That brings you to 8.
Yep.
Untap here.
I mill 10, right?
Yeah, you mill 10. I get a wolf. So this is.
And I discard.
Yeah, and you discard a card. This is already lethal, and I have the colonnade, so I don't think there's a point in playing more hawks.
Okay.
So I will just pass the turn.
All right. That's terrifying.
I love me a Jace -1.
Yeah, me too. Me too. All right, I'll get an 0-4 wall.
Yep.
All right. How do I come out of this? Well, it definitely starts with this. Ooh. It's probably pretty good. I think I'm going to take a fry. Let me double check.
Well, my Stoneforge Mystic has 6 toughness.
Yeah, I know, I know. Yeah, still gonna take a fry. And I have to just go for Lukka here, I think. I don't think there's a choice in not doing it. Oh no, okay, I can't go for fry. I don't have enough red. So I had one other card that I can get. Was a Shark Typhoon. That was my only other option. Okay. Yeah, I don't see this one going well for me, but we just have to go for it. Lukka. Flash freeze. Yep. And your go.
So now I just bounce the wall, fire up the colonnade.
Yeah, I can block colonnade and can't block the rest. All right, you got it. You got it. I think I was wrong. Playing the Yorion turn, I think was wrong. I think I should have ECD'd and got that going. That was a big mistake. But all right, we are plenty past time anyways, but all that matters is we got it. But yeah, we got to see your deck do its thing that time.
The little known tempo game plan.
Yes.
Everybody always thought of this as like a hard control deck, and it really wasn't. It was, an aggro control deck. It could play the long game because it had all the powerful planeswalkers, but in this matchup, your long game is better.
Exactly.
Had to be down.
Yeah, Spell Pierce is one heck of a Magic card. But, hey, all right, so we proved that this Magic card and this standard deck that is eventually going to see something get nerfed. I mean, we just have to assume that. It's pretty safe to say that announcing a banning like that, and it makes sense to me because, we have these Players Tours coming up. We don't want to watch Lukka mirrors constantly. We want some fresh stuff. So kudos to Wizards of the Coast. I love this pre-announcement. No matter how big or small this is going to affect Standard, as a content creator, thank you so much. Because that is huge. We get to make more content. Yeah. But that's going to do it for Versus Live today. So Rob, let's thank some subs and we're going to get out of here.
All right, got a few subs today. Beyond Sadistic for 7 months.
All right.
Hal126 for 9 months. Dan Burdick for a month. Hail Me 786 for 4 months. Twin Out 662 subscribe to Twitch Prime.
Dan Burdick.
And
nice.
Shafta 2004 for 16 months. So thank you to all of our subs.
Awesome. Nice. Well, thank you so much for the subs, everyone. I want to thank everyone so much for watching. This is an awesome show that I really wanted to do. I'm glad we could make it happen. Super fun. Before we go, let's thank some of our sponsors. First up, obviously, Star City Games. If you want to get SCG Premium, it'll cost you $7.99. You can get yourself exclusive content, 5% off all sealed products, 10% off Magic singles, and then 15% off any supplies. If you want more or the location to get that, go to starcitygames.com/join-premium and sign up today.
Yes. Next up is Ultimate Guard, makers of the katana sleeves that we use here on Versus Live. Those are available on Star City Games website, and if you are a premium member, you will get that 15% off on Ultimate Guard supplies. So if you are a fan of those, make sure to join premium and just get the 15% off.
Get the double dip. Why not? Yeah. Exactly. Also, if you enjoy sitting as much as we do in style, get yourself one of these Carnox gaming chairs. You can head over to carnox.com/SCG and you can get yourself 10% off one of these awesome chairs as well.
And last but not least, the company that keeps us dressing in style, Coalesce Apparel. Head on over to coalesceapparel.shop and use the gift code SCG, and you will get 10% off of your purchase there as well.
Exactly. And on now, if they can just sponsor us with some shorts and pants, then we can finally wear pants to the show, and then we're really dressed. So.
And then sandals for Corey.
Oh, whoa. Let's get a sock sponsorship before we get sandals. Let's think about our priorities here, okay? All right, everyone, that is going to do it for this week's Versus Live. We will be back Tuesday, and you best believe we want to do some talking about this new ban announcement. So next week is going to be very fun. As far as this week, make sure to play that Arena Best of One Open. Just play the deck. Just play Lukka. Just win with it. I'll be on the digital streets doing my best to win that $2,000 that we can win on this Arena Open starting Saturday. So we'll see you there. So for Corey, Ross, Rob, we will see you next week at 1 p.m. Eastern Time here on Versus Live.